Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I am trying the, what is it called? Little Caesars pretzel crust pizza, and then I have some like apple turnovers, and I'm gonna put the frosting on, but I don't like when my frosting turns clear and then I can't like see it anymore. But we're gonna go ahead and get started because I'm really hungry. I had breakfast, like a small breakfast this morning, but that was it. Oh my god, that is so good. Here, we'll just put the pizza. We'll put a few slices there. Let's start with that. Woo, this is so good. I'm so excited. Oh no, okay. So I like to be prepared for like what I'm gonna talk about like during my mukbangs, but I also enjoy just like talking. So today we're gonna just talk about a few things that I just feel like I want to talk about that my husband doesn't care to listen to about. I'm sorry to tell you guys. They're so good. It's delicious. So I'm sure you guys have watched the Dawson documentary, conspiracy theory thing. And I watched it the day after it came out because, okay, first of all, this isn't me complaining. I know like Shane is more now about quality over quantity, which I'm totally here for, but I was so disappointed because I thought he was going to post at like 12 or 1 my time, because that's usually when he would post, and then if he doesn't post around then he'd post around like 4 or 5 my time. And I kept checking, and he wasn't posting anything. And I kept looking on Twitter. Oh, this crust is so good. It's very salty though. I don't know that. So I checked on his Twitter, and he said it's exporting finally, but it's almost 2 hours long. So it's going to take a little time, which is totally cool. I don't care. But it finally goes live at like 7. And my son was awake from his nap because I thought he was going to post earlier, so I had him sleep earlier. My husband got off his Xbox because at nighttime before we cook, we'll start watching a movie and then we'll finish it while we eat. And so it was family time, not Shane Dawson time. So I had to wait till the next day to watch it. Oh, these are apple turnovers. I don't know if I said that. Which is fine. So the next morning, when everyone was asleep, I watched it. And it was good. But like, I was kind of underwhelmed a little bit. A little disappointed. I think my hopes maybe were a little too high. Please don't anyone come at me. It was still really good. I know how much work he puts into it. I'm a fan, 100%. But I felt like there just wasn't enough to hook me. Like about every single conspiracy, I just didn't feel hooked. If you haven't watched it, then I'm sorry, like, just enjoy the food. So the deep face conspiracy, which, if you don't know what that is, it's that, like, people can take a software that literally, like, takes someone's face, so they could take my face perfectly, put it on someone else that's, like, similar to me. So obviously you wouldn't want to do it to my husband, but you could do it to another girl who's also 5'1" and similar in, like, you know, shape. Okay, so you take someone that looks like me body wise and you put my face on their body, and they literally look just like me because of it. My babysitter just checks it. Hold on. And so, yeah, that's very interesting. But then he shared like small clips of like these pornos, and nothing, you couldn't see anything of the deep face like celebrity things. And then like a girl, a pornographic actress, whatever, she's talking about it, and it just felt weird to me because maybe like young kids shouldn't be watching his stuff, but like it just made me kind of uncomfortable to know like my little brother's gonna watch this, and like he's not a child, but it's still, it just made me uncomfortable. I didn't like it. Oh, I just burped. Excuse me. I just didn't find it that interesting. But it's just me. So someone else maybe could have found it very interesting, but what was the conspiracy theory? Like, that people can do those things. So like, what was the conspiracy? Are you talking about a future conspiracy? What might happen later on? I don't know. And then next, I don't really remember the order. It's been a few days since I watched it, whenever it came out. The fire one was the most interesting to me because it's kind of crazy the way they presented it. So, if we don't know, I think everyone knows. In California, there's a huge like fire epidemic. And I feel like still now, I'm sure it hasn't even been long enough to fix all these homes and let people move back. And a lot of people lost their houses. Shane was showing how across the street was a house, and then next to it is a burnt house, and then a non-burnt house, and then a burnt house, like all right there. So like you have this is a house, here's a burnt house, okay, and then here's a regular house, and then if I can hold some with my face, there's another burnt house. Tea. And so I thought that was so interesting, and I was like, oh, this is so cool. And I got salt on my pastry. And so I kept thinking about it because he was saying maybe, I forget what it's called, like nuclear beams or atomic beams, something like that, that can shoot and like literally just disintegrate something. Just one thing though, like obviously more, but it can target one house. And all the trees were not burned down, just the houses. And he was saying that maybe like some people actually lit their houses on fire. That is a good conspiracy. I wish he had just done the whole thing, the first episode, just about the fires, because I thought it was so interesting. But here's the problem. It's so good. Oh, one thing. Sorry to my vegan subscribers, I do have a few. If you guys want me to do like a vegan cheat mukbang or cheat day, let me know, because I'm so willing to go try some new foods. I have never really ate anything vegan besides like things that everyone eats that are vegan, like green beans and fruit, that kind of thing. But purposely buying anything vegan, I never have done that. So if you want me to do a vegan mukbang, let me know. Oh man. So anyway, I did some research, and I totally think people could have set their houses on fire. I don't remember if I said that because I started talking to someone else. Totally think people did that. At least one person did this. 100%. But the whole laser conspiracy doesn't make sense, and I watched a few experiments. But first of all, it's like a science fact, if you look it up, that trees are a lot harder to burn. Like a whole tree is a lot harder to burn down than your house. They're made out of two different wood. So it's a lot harder to burn down a tree. And also, if the trees are wet, they're not going to burn down. Like, it's already hard enough to burn down a tree. You can't burn down a wet tree. And so, if those houses had wet trees around them, or any type of thick, like, I think oak is what they said. It's a special kind of tree that is all over California. Not special, but there's a lot of them in California. They wouldn't burn. So, it wouldn't make sense that a laser could have done this, and that's why the trees are there. The trees are there because they were either wet, or it was just too hard for the trees to be burnt. Oh, good pizza. I only have 3 pieces and I'm already getting full. I'm a horrible mukbanger, I'm sorry. I'm gonna try to keep eating. You like my outfit? I'm gonna show my pants. I don't want to touch them. I think it's pretty cute. My husband complimented me, which doesn't happen that often, so I feel like I must look kind of cute. Not that he doesn't compliment me that often, but we've been married for a while, so you don't go out of your way to compliment somebody all the time anymore. I do, but anyway. So let's say lasers really did hit the houses. It wouldn't affect the trees. And it's hard to go down my throat. Oh. Another piece. Let me get the salt off first. Hold on. So anyway, it just, I don't feel like that's what happened. And also, a reason why one house is gonna burn and then another house isn't is because, let's say my neighbor's house is on fire, okay? A huge gust of wind comes. The embers from her house, if it hits my neighbor's house on this side, so that lady's house catches on fire. I'm like pointing at the house right there behind you guys. The embers blow to the house behind mine. And guess what? It could catch on fire. And if it catches on fire, it's going to burn. And that's why every house won't be burnt. Now, I know the point of conspiracy theories, or if they're not proven, there's no way to know. It's just an idea, it's a conspiracy. But if we know facts, or enough facts to make a smarter judgment, then I feel like you can't really do a conspiracy on something that makes sense. If that makes sense. It still is really interesting. I really enjoyed watching that part. I wish you just would have extended that out longer and maybe like interviewed some people or something. Like we interviewed the porn star, but we're not going to interview the people who are in the fire. I'm going to get so much hate for this video. I love Shane so much. I've watched all of the documentary stuff that he's been doing since, you know, Tana and then Jeffrey and Jake Paul, and I've watched all of, and they're so good. He is so talented, so smart. I love him, and Ryland is the best thing in the whole world. I love them together. I love Morgan. I love all of them. This is no hate. This is just me not getting the content. And that happens. You're not going to like every video a YouTuber puts out. Just like mukbangs, I have my favorite mukbangers, but when they eat certain foods I don't really care for, I don't really want to watch the mukbang. And there's nothing wrong with that. And before I get too full, that's basically all I had to say about the conspiracy video. It's a good video. It's not bad. I just feel like, I just wish it was something different instead of what he did. Different conspiracies, I don't know, like, oh, and then the other theories were about iPhone and how, like, whenever you click a picture, it'll, like, have the 3 seconds before and 3 seconds after, but, like, how would it have the 3 seconds before unless it was always recording? And I feel like your phone's always recording, always listening. The microphone and the camera are always on, but it isn't saved unless you do something to save it. And let's just say that it is saved, okay? Like, our phones do save everything that we do. It is recording my ceiling right now, okay? And it's listening to everything I'm saying to you guys. What does it matter? Like, what does it matter? I mean, it sucks to be listened to like that, but whoever's listening obviously is much higher than we are, like someone in the government or something. And what are they gonna do? Like, I'm not doing anything wrong. And so if you want to see whatever I'm doing, or you want to listen to me, like, go ahead. I don't care. It just doesn't make sense that everything would be recorded and then put it in a database. And if that were the case, when horrible crimes are made, the government would go get everything out of that database and watch and listen to it. Like, if that's not happening, then they're probably not listening. And if we're so worried about privacy, you need to get off social media. Never sign up for anything with your email. Never go on the internet. There's no such thing as privacy. Everything is documented. Every search you make is somewhere. If you delete your internet history, guess what? Google is still keeping that internet history in a file. And if you delete it off there, it still exists. It's still there. And we know that is actually happening because they pull those files sometimes when bad things happen, but they never pull your phone files. I mean, like text messages and stuff, but there's never like a file of things that they're not supposed to know because your phone is recording. Okay, so the other thing I wanted to talk about is the newest breakup in the YouTube community. I'm very upset about it. So Trisha posted a video today. Trisha Paytas, if you don't know, she's a YouTuber. She's like 4.5, maybe 5 million subs, I believe. She was dating Jason Nash, which is part of Vlog Squad with David Dobrik and all of them. I don't really watch Vlog Squad. I don't like David's videos because they're only 4 minutes long. I don't like that. I don't know why anyone watches that. But to each their own. So she posted a video and it was called like why David Dobrik is a horrible human or something like that. Why I hate David. I don't know. Something like that. She posted it today on February 2nd. Alright? So she posts this video about how he's horrible because apparently he's part of the reason why her and Jason Nash, which he's 45 years old, Trisha's 30, why they are no longer together. They just broke up. So Trisha and Jason are no longer a couple, and I'm very upset about it. But I'm also I'm mad at Jason. So apparently Tana stayed the night, or came over at night or something, and Trisha was asleep. And David was making jokes about having a threesome with Tana. And Jason like took off his shirt and like was very flirty and like asking Tana to hook up with him. And Tana had went on a date with him when she was 18, and he wanted to kiss her and like do it with her, but she like was like no. So that didn't happen. But he did this while Trisha, not the 18-year-old thing, but the whole joke about the threesome thing, while Trisha was in the house upstairs. So disrespectful. And then she told, or David asked her, can I put it in the vlog? And she said, no, please don't. I guess he did. And so, oh, these are so good. I'm gonna take a picture for you guys so you can like see it close up, because my camera is like set back weird. My lens is like really large, I feel like. It looks so good. Ooh. Alright. So anyway. So she said she doesn't blame like Tana for anything, but apparently Jason's doing some other things that she didn't bring up. She kind of just slightly mentioned that other things are going on. And that one guy in the vlog squad is like 28 or something, or 24 maybe, one of those, between 24 and 28, and was dating like a 17 or 16-year-old. We were so good to fill with apple. I made these in the oven, and I preheated the oven, and I forgot the pizza was in there, and all of a sudden I started smelling pizza, and I was like, oh no. Anyway, so they broke up, and I just feel so bad for Trisha because, first of all, Jason he's not the one. If your goal in life, I'm talking to you at home, if your goal is to get pregnant, have babies, be married, not necessarily in that order, and you start seeing someone who says like, you know, I don't want any more kids, or I don't want any kids, I'm not really looking to get married, you cannot change their mind. You cannot change their mind. It is up to them. They could possibly change their own mind at some point, but you wanting that for both of you it's just not going to happen. It's just not. Trisha deserves a family. And like, yes, she does her whole Trishy Land thing with the pictures and she whatever. Yes, but everyone when they're young, probably younger than 30, but she lives a different lifestyle. And everyone does things like that. That's just how it is. But she still deserves a kid. And she deserves a husband and a man who's going to treat her right and not just use her for videos. Like I think he stuck around for so long because it was just easy, because like it's nice to have somebody. And he probably loves her, but it was easy. Comfortable. He had her whenever he wanted. She wrapped around his finger. Obsessed with him. She loves him so much. I believe he loves her, but not the way that she deserves to be loved. She deserves so much more. And you can say whatever you want about her videos, what you see on them and her personality, but you don't know her at home. I don't either, but as long as she's not some horrible human like murdering people, then everyone deserves love. And the love you get from a baby is there's nothing that compares to it. No one will ever love you, and you will never love anyone as much as a child. And that's just a fact. And if you don't feel that way, then you are not meant to have kids. I didn't know it was true until I had children. I didn't doubt it. But once you have a kid, that love is amazing. It's the best thing that ever happened to me. Oh, good. I just feel bad for her. It sucks. And you know, I'm talking about it, but all the drama channels are going to talk about it. I just got a notification that Karina Kaboom uploaded a video about it, and she titled it, Trisha Paytas dumps Jason Nash over threesome with Tana Mojo. Come on. I like Karina Kaboom. I love the drama channels because I get to like realize what's happening, you know, and whatever. But she's a person and she's going to see that. And it's not true. So everyone who doesn't watch your video is going to just go off of your title. That's just a clickbait title. Guess what? You could have just put Trisha paytas dumps Jason Nash and left it at that. And people who cared enough to read it would listen to it. I just feel really bad for her. And breaking up is so hard. The worst breakup that I ever went through, I dated a guy for over a year, and I found messages in his phone to a man. That really could have been bad. Alright. Finish this one, I'm done. So look. Alright, so, final thoughts. Shane Dawson, you'll never watch this, but I'm going to say it anyway. I love you, I love Rylan, I love Morgan. If I ever got the chance to meet you, I would literally pee my pants. Seriously, I will do that for you. And I'm looking forward to your second part of the series. Hopefully it has just more of the interesting parts the first half had. And even if it doesn't, I'm still going to watch, and I know that you're awesome. And then Trisha, you actually might watch this someday, and if you do, I love you. My heart hurts for you. I feel so bad. I'm so sorry this is happening to you, but do not go back to Jason. Leave him, go away, do your own thing for a little bit. Like, love yourself, and then love will find you. As soon as you start loving yourself, it will come. And that's what you need to do. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this YouTube talk, and please feel free to leave your comments and what you think down below. But do not come at me for saying the stuff about Shane. Do not. I will delete your comment. Anyway, thank you guys. Please subscribe and like the video if you enjoyed it. And let me know what you want me to see, or let me know what you want to see me eat next. And follow me on Instagram, because I always follow you guys back. And have a good night. Bye guys.